in second period or the second and third period. They've been doing that just to kind of keep games rolling, but it does mean that we're starting a little bit early. So thanks for everybody who's on here early, watching some hockey this weekend. The 16U Mustangs and the 12U Mustangs are at the same tournament as well. Their games are going on right now still, I believe. Again, this is the 14U Mustangs playing against the Ohio Prospects in our first game of the CCM Motown tournament near Detroit. The Mustangs will be in their black jerseys, and the Prospects will be in their Carolina blue jerseys. So this rink is pretty nice. It has heaters above us, so we get to stay nice and warm for the game. So we'll have another game tonight at 9:05 p.m. So late night for us, and that'll be against the Chicago Jets. And then we'll have another game tomorrow afternoon at 12:30 p.m. against the Flint Firebirds. And there are actually 20 teams in our division. We're in the Jet Speed 2011 division. So we play our 3-round robin games, and then we're seeded 1 to 20 after those 3 games. And the top 8 move on to the quarterfinals, and the other teams go into consolation. And then after the quarterfinals, it goes to the semifinals and then championship game. We're going to have 15-minute periods. It looks like probably a minute 30 for penalties. It is 2 points for a win, 1 point for a tie, and 0 points for a loss. So it's a pretty big tournament up here. Lots of teams. Like I said, 20 teams just in our division. So we're just getting ready to get started. Looks like Merrill's going to the net on our left. We have Wilson, Billadu, Eichfeld, Brooks, and Baker out there. So puck drop, Billadu dumps that in. The Prospects pick it out, send it over to the far wall. Comes close to the near wall here, bounces off. The Prospects have it, broken up by Billadu. The puck gets picked up by Wilson. The Prospects have this in the middle. The Prospects bring it in. Prospects with a shot in front of the net, over along the corner, centering pass. Merrill sticks it, saved by Merrill. So there's 14:30 left in the first period. We'll have a face-off to the right of Merrill. So it looks like we're going to have Knob, Wenzel. Sorry, trying to see everybody through the netting over there. So the Prospects have it from the point. High flying shot. Merrill catches that, thankfully. So it's a high flying shot there. So we're going to have Moore, Wenzel, Giesman, Steer, and Knob on a face-off to the left of Merrill. So Giesman with the face-off, goes back towards the Prospects. Prospects with a shot behind the net. The Prospects will go try to pick this up behind the net. Back behind the net still. Steer sends it over towards Moore. Moore sends it towards the middle, towards Giesman, and does get out of the zone. The Prospects have to regroup. Prospects hit it towards the far corner. Bounced off of Knob. The Prospects dump it down behind the net. Steer will go pick this up. Steer sends it cross ice towards Wenzel. A little bit too much on that, and that'll be icing. To a what? Wider view? No, I can take it off of the stick. Yeah, sorry. We're pretty close up on the ice, but I wonder if we take this off, if it'll help. So we're going to have a face-off. to the left of Merrill. Downey with that face-off. Lugar and Downey trying to fight to get that puck, goes towards Williams. Williams hits it out towards Downey. Shot off of the post. The prospects keep that in. Downey's there to try to get it out, and it does bounce out. Goes towards Zoldi. Zoldi dumps it down. Lugar picks up that putt in front of the net. Oh, just off the post. Good shot there. Over along the boards. Lugar picks that up momentarily, but before the prospects get it out. The prospects have this puck. Prospects try to get it around. Shot saved by Merrill. This puck gets picked up by Williams, who cross-ice pass. Oh, Lugar was in a change. Downey with some pressure. The prospects send it towards the middle. Sheehan comes in, picks up this puck. Sheehan with a shot. Oh, and in! Great job by Sheehan. Sheehan comes off the bench, picks up that puck, and gets the first goal. So Sheehan puts the Mustangs up on the board, 1-0. So 12:59 left in the first period. So like I said, we're a little bit close to this, and I do apologize. There's a little bit more shakiness without the stabilizer, but hopefully this will get a better view for you guys. So Y-line with the face-off goes towards Sheehan. Sheehan up along the boards. Y-line sends it towards Conrad in the middle. Conrad putting some pressure, goes back to Steer. Steer towards the middle, towards Y-line. Y-line picks up this puck, brings it into the offensive zone. Y-line still trying to stick with it. Leaks out towards Steer. Steer with a shot saved by the goalie. Sheehan with another shot saved by the goalie. Conrad in there trying to get this puck, and does. Conrad regrouping, centers it to Steer. Steer with a backhanded shot, broken up. The puck goes behind the net, dumps it back up towards Wilson. Wilson dumps it down towards Steer, who dumps it towards the middle. Steer will pick up this puck. Steer sends it towards Conrad or wide line in the middle, gets broken up by the prospects. Wilson sends it down towards the net. The goalie sheds it. Eichfeld with some pressure. Billadu there as well, but the goalie covers it. Okay, there we go. We were able to get a little bit wider view there. I do apologize. I've had a little bit of a break here, so trying to get back into it. So we have Eichfeld, Billadu, Baker, Knob, and Williams. So the prospects bring it in. Prospects with a shot and in. So the prospects bring that in, shot and goal. So that'll tie it up 1-1. 11:48 left in the first period. Let's get it back. So we're going to have Eichfeld, Brooks, Billadu, Baker, and I think that might be Wilson out there too. So Baker in after this puck, gets it to Billadu. Billadu centers it to Eichfeld. Eichfeld with the shot, goes behind the net. Baker tries to get that in and covered by the goalie. So we're going to have a face-off to the right of the goalie. Eichfeld with the face-off goes down towards the corner. Eichfeld poke checks that towards Baker, but the prospects do get it up. The prospects bring it into the neutral zone, over towards the middle. Brooks with some good pressure, breaks up that play momentarily. The prospects have it, bring it around to the other side of the net. Tried to get it in, broken up, saved by Merrill. So 11-13, tied 1-1. We'll have a face-off to the right of Merrill. We're going to have Steer, Knob, Kiesman, Wenzel, and more. So Kiesman with the faceoff goes up to the prospects. Prospects with a high shot, bouncing puck. Prospects pick it up in the middle, saved by Merrill. goes behind the net, around the side. Wenzel does get it up and out. Giesman picks up this puck. We have a 2-on-1 with Moore and Giesman. Shot, saved, almost went to Moore. Another shot from Knob back at the blue line, saved by the goalie. The Prospects try to get this up and out. Wenzel is there to hit it up before the Prospects send it back to their D. Cross ice pass broken up by Moore. Moore still sticking with this puck, gets it to Giesman. The Prospects pick this up behind the net, dump it hard, but Knob is there, keeps it in. Good job by Knob. Puck leaks up. Giesman is there at the blue line to keep it in, gets it to Dom. Knob with a shot blocked. Moore tries to go in, but it's covered by the goalie. So we have 10:24 left in the first period, tied 1-1. We're going to have Brooks, Williams, Zoldi, Downey, and Lugar out for the Mustangs. So Downey with the faceoff goes over towards Lugar. Lugar back towards the D. The puck does leak out. Brooks will pick this up, sends it up towards Zoldi. The Prospects hit it back down. Williams will pick this up, sends it up, and gets it out. The Prospects will have to regroup in the neutral zone. Zoldi putting good pressure. Zoldi comes away with that puck. Centering pass. Prospects have this. Lugar over along the boards. Puck leaks back to Brooks. Brooks with a shot wide of the net. Prospects send this up into the neutral zone. Lugar picks this up, gets it to Zoldi. Zoldi dumps it down. Downey is in pursuit. Goes behind the net. Zoldi is there in the middle. Pick up this puck. Tries to get a shot off, but it gets blocked. Good poke check there by Wilson. Downey will pick this up. Downey hits it high up. Lugar, high sticking. So we have 9:30 left in the first period, tied 1-1. So we're going to have wide line, Conrad, Sheehan, Wilson, and I think that's Steer out there too on face off to the right of Merrill. So face-off goes over towards Steer. Steer dumps it behind the net. Conrad will go over along the boards. Wilson, wide line, and Conrad trying to get to that puck. Conrad sends it up and out. Wide line in pursuit. Cross ice pass by the Prospects. Prospects send it up. Conrad keeps it in, dumps it down, but wide line gets tied up. Wilson at the blue line. Unfortunately, the puck leaks out. The Prospects do come up with that puck. The Prospects with a shot and in. So the Prospects had a breakaway there, shot and in. So that'll put the Prospects up 2-1. 8:56 left in the first period.
All right, keep your hands up, keep your hands up.
So we're going to have Knob, Baker, Bildu, Eichfeld, and Brooks out for the Mustangs. So Eichfeld with a face-off, gets it over towards Bildu. Bildu with a shot, saved by the goalie. So 8:50 left in the second period. Score is 2-1 in favor of the Prospects. They'll face off to the left of the goalie. Eichfeld with the face-off goes to Bildu. Bildu to Baker. Baker with a shot, saved by the goalie. The puck leaks around the boards. The Prospects have this with some speed through the neutral zone. The Prospects bring it in. Prospects try to get a shot off, but miss the puck. Prospects backhanded shot high up behind the net. Biladu hits this puck up and out of the zone. The Prospects will regroup, send it cross ice. Prospects into the neutral zone. Picked up by Knob. Knob gets it out to Biladu. Biladu gets it up to Baker. Baker into the middle. Baker. And we're going to get a tripping penalty. So we have 8:11 left in the first period. The Prospects will be going to the box for 1:30. So we'll be on a power play for 1:30. We're going to have Wenzel, Moore, Giesman, Brooks, and Knob. So the puck leaks around the side. Knob there, dumps it back down. The prospects hit it around. Giesman and Brooks. Brooks up at the blue line, serving. Shot wide of the net. Knob will pick this up, dumps it down to Moore. Moore towards Wenzel. Wenzel back towards Giesman, but it's broken up by the prospects. Brooks keeps this in. Brooks with a shot, saved by the goalie. So 7:36 left in the first period. We still have 55 seconds left in our power play. The score is still 2-1 in favor of the prospects. We'll have Lugar, Billadu, Eichfeld, Downey, and Steer. So Eichfeld with the face-off. Shot, deflected in by Lugar. Yes! So Eichfeld had that puck shot. Lugar was there to pick up the rebound and get it in. So that'll tie it up again, 2-2 with 7:29 left in the first period. So great job by the Mustangs to capitalize on that power play. So that'll get the prospects out of the box. We'll be back to full strength. We're going to have Eichfeld, Billadu, Baker. Billadu with that puck. So Baker's going to go to the box for high sticking. So the Mustangs will be on a penalty kill for 1:30 after the high sticking penalty on Baker. We'll face off to the right of Merrill. We're going to have Eichfeld, Steer, I think that's Wilson and Billadu out there. So the face-off goes over towards the near wall. Eichfeld tries to poke check that up. Eichfeld does get it up, but the prospects keep it in towards the middle. Steer breaks that up. The prospects still have the puck shot, deflected over to the far wall. The prospects pick this up. Billadu tries to break that up. Wilson sends it up to Billadu. Prospects keep that in and dump it back down behind the net. Billadu putting some pressure along with Wilson. Prospects send it up to the blue line. So the prospects are going to be going to the box. For roughing. So it'll be 4-on-4 for 1:03, and then we'll have a power play after that.
Let's go.
So we have 6:56 left in the first period. Score is tied to 2. We have 1:03 on our penalty, and then we'll have a power play for the remainder of the prospects penalty. So we're going to have Wideline, Sheehan, Knob, and Brooks out for the Mustangs. So Wideline with the faceoff goes to Sheehan. Sheehan with a shot, deflected high. Wideline over along the boards, along with Sheehan. The prospects come up with the puck. Prospects send it cross ice in the neutral zone. Poke check by Brooks. Knob will pick this up. Knob sends it up and gets it out. The prospects will have to regroup. Prospects dump it down. Merrill sheds it to his right. Knob picks up this puck, gets it out into the neutral zone. The prospects bring it in, and that'll be offsides. So you have 26 seconds left on the Mustangs penalty, 53 seconds left on the prospects penalty. We're still 4-on-4 hockey. 6:19 left in the first period, tied 2-2. We're going to have Lugar, Downey, Steer, and Williams. So the puck leaks over towards the near wall. Lugar fighting for that puck, gets to Downey, but the prospects pick this up. Good poke check by Downey to get it towards the wall. Steer puts some pressure along that puck. The prospects have it behind the net. Good pressure by Williams. Prospects send it up and D to D, shot wide of the net. The prospects send it back up to their D, offsides. So the Mustangs penalty has run out, so we're back to 5. So it'll be a 5-on-4 power play for another 27 seconds. 5:52 left in the first period. So we have Giesman, Moore, Wenzel, Steer, and Williams. So Steer sends that up towards Giesman. Giesman along the boards, dumps it down. The prospects have it behind the net, broken up by Moore momentarily. Giesman over along the wall. Goes back to Williams. Williams with a shot deflected high. Moore and Wenzel fighting for this puck. The prospects have it behind the net. Moore lost his stick, and the prospects send this hard down, and that'll be icing. So we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. We have 5:18 left in the in the first period. We're tied 2-2. We're gonna have Baker, Bilodeau, Eichfeld, Brooks, and Wilson. So Eichfeld with a face-off shot wide of the net. Bilodeau will go try to collect this puck. The prospects do get this out. Good poke check by Wilson. But the prospects gain possession. Shot block off of the tip of the blocker of Merrill. Bilodeau over towards Baker. Baker goes down. The prospects send it up. Brooks hits that puck up along the wall. Brooks picks this up, gets it towards Eichfeld. The prospects have it. Unfortunately, we're going to get a delayed penalty against Eichfeld there. Bilodeau fighting for this puck, and that'll be the call for the delayed penalty. So we're going to get a tripping penalty against Eichfeld. So we're going to go on a penalty kill for 1:30. 4:40 left in the first period, tied 2-2. Thank you, everybody, for joining us for a great tournament weekend. So we're going to have Conrad, wide line, Brooks, and I think that's Steer. So the prospects have it, send it D to D along the blue line, shot wide of the net. Conrad that's wide line putting some pressure along that puck, and we're going to get an interference call. So the prospects will be going to the box for 1:30 for that interference call. So we still have 1:18 in our penalty, and then it'll be 1:30 against the prospects. So it'll be 4-on-4 hockey again. 4:27 left in the first period, still tied 2-2. We're going to have Sheehan, Downey, Knob, and Williams out for the Mustangs. So Downey with the face-off picks up this puck, shot just behind the net. The prospects will get this over along the far wall. Prospects send it cross ice into the neutral zone, tipped, so no icing. Downey picks this up, takes it behind the net, regrouping. Downey has some room, gets it up towards Sheehan, but the prospects kick that back down to Knob. The prospects there, but Knob keeps that at the blue line, and Downey gets that up. Downey's still putting some pressure along that puck. The puck leaks back to Williams. Williams through the neutral zone, dumps it down. The goalie has to play it. The Mustangs are going on a change. The prospects send it cross ice in the neutral zone, dump it down, just wide of the net. Knob will pick this up behind the net. Knob surveying. Prospects poke check that momentarily. Knob sends it behind the net for Steer to pick up. Steer sends it cross ice over towards Downey. Downey still fighting for this puck, gets it to Moore. Moore tries to get to that puck, but the prospects pick it up. We are back to 5 players on the ice, so we do have a little bit of a power play for 7 more seconds. So Moore's going to go to the box for slashing. So lots of penalties here in the first period on both teams. So there's still 4 seconds left on the Prospects penalty. Now we're back up for a minute 30. So still 4-on-4 hockey for 4 seconds, and then we'll be on a penalty kill. So Giesman, Wenzel, Wilson, and I think that's Brooks out there. So Brooks hits us up towards Wenzel. Wenzel picks up the puck through the neutral zone, gets it over towards Giesman. Poke check by the Prospects. We are now on our penalty kill. Wilson will pick up this puck. Wilson surveying, hits it hard up along the boards and out into the neutral zone. Giesman and Wenzel putting pressure before the Prospects dump it down. Wilson sends it up towards Giesman. Giesman gets it around that player but gets hung up along the boards. Giesman still trying to fight for that puck. Prospects have it into the offensive or their offensive zone, saved by Merrill. Wenzel picks up this puck.
Come on!
So we're going to get an interference against Brooks. So he'll be going to the box for a minute 30. So we're going to be a 3-on-5 penalty kill. 50 seconds on that first penalty, a minute 30. So we'll be 3-on-5 for 50 seconds and then 4-on-5 for the remainder. So it looks like Sheehan, Williams, Eichfeld, Williams, Steer. So the Prospects have this at the blue line, send it over to their D, up towards the blue line, down towards the circle, into the middle, broken up by Eichfeld momentarily. Williams picks this up behind the net, hits it hard up and out. Good job by Williams to clear that puck. Prospects send it cross ice. Eichfeld comes in to try to break up that play. Brooks sends that up. Poke check by Knob. Shot saved by Merrill. Knob putting some pressure along that puck. Oh, sorry, that was Wilson out there, not Brooks. Prospects with a shot saved by Merrill. The Prospects up to the point. We're now on 4-on-5 penalty kill. So good job killing off that 3-on-5 shot. Saved by Merrill or blocked by somebody. Couldn't really tell on that. So the Prospects still have this. Again, we're still on a 4-on-5 penalty kill for 26 more seconds. Prospects hit it behind. Prospects have it behind, looking to center. They send it up towards the blue line. Deflected shot towards the middle. We try to get it out. Shot saved by Merrill. Oh, that was a quick shot and save. Good job by Merrill there. So we have 11 seconds left on our penalty kill. A minute 1 left in the first period. We're still tied 2-2. We have Bilodeau, Baker, Steer, and I think that's Williams. So Bilodeau sends his puck up. Prospects hit it to the defense. Blue line, shot wide of the net. Williams will pick this up momentarily. Williams still trying to fight for this puck. Puck leaks out. Baker will pick this up. Baker sends it, gets deflected towards the middle. The Prospects try to take a shot but wide of the net. Prospects send that in, but it bounces off of Sheehan. Prospects towards the middle. Prospects, nice save by Merrill. The puck's still sitting there though. So another good save there. And the net got dislodged as the Prospects player ran into Merrill. So great job killing off both the 3-on-5 and 4-on-5 penalty. 32.9 seconds left in the first period. Still tied 2-2. We're back to full strength. Knob, Zoldi, Lugar, Downey, and Brooks. So Brooks picks up this puck. Brooks brings it behind the net. Brooks trying to get that puck out. Prospects send it along the far wall. Prospects with a shot deflected by Knob. Knob sends it hard up around the boards. The Prospects keep it in and dump it back down. Knob will pick up this puck, sends it over towards Lugar. Prospects hit the puck back up towards Knob. Knob back towards Zoldi. Zoldy dumps it down, and that'll be the end of the first period. So at the end of the first period, we are tied 2-2. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Again, this is the first game of the CCM Motown tournament near Detroit. We're coming to you from the Lakeland Rink in Waterford Township, Michigan, and we're playing against the Ohio Prospects. And I think this is where we're going to do the ice cut. So like I said, they do an ice cut every 2 periods, and the game before us had the ice cut between the second and third, so we get the ice cut between the first and second, and then we'll play straight through the second and third. And again, we have 20 teams in our division. We're going to be playing our 3 round robin games. We have today's game right now, then we have a game at 9:05 p.m. against the Chicago Jets, and then a game at 12:30 p.m. tomorrow against the Flint Firebirds. After the 3 round robin games, all the teams will be seeded 1 to 20, and the top 8 teams move on to the quarterfinals. You get 2 points for a win, 1 point for a tie, and 0 points for a loss. I do apologize about some technical difficulties at the beginning. It's been a little bit since I've broadcast. We were off for a couple games, and then I had to work last weekend. So getting back into the swing of things, and also we're kind of really close on this rink. And I didn't think I could zoom out, but I did figure out how to zoom out. And we are using a new wireless mic, so hopefully that's working out for everybody. We're going to put you on mute for the rest of this ice cut, and then we'll be back after the ice cut. Thank you again, everybody, for watching. Welcome back, everybody. We are back for our second set of warm-ups. So with this tournament, they cut the ice every 2 periods. And the game before us cut the ice between the second and the third. So we had an ice cut between the first and the second. So nice long intermission for you guys with the ice cut. Just getting back out on the ice to warm up. We're getting ready to start the second period. Thanks for everybody that's tuning in with us. So the first period, we tied 2-2. So lots of penalties on both teams during that first period. Hopefully we've got lots of locker room pep talks. We'll come back out strong, keep up the momentum. So again, that was a long ice cut intermission between the first and the second period. So we're about ready to start the second period. We're tied 2-2. Playing against the Ohio Prospects. So we have Merrill in the net to the right. We have Lugar, Downey, Zoldi. Lugar poke checks that, gets it to Downey. Downey with a shot deflected wide of the net. Downey with a nice check to break up that play. Gets it towards the middle, shot deflected. Brooks will pick this up, sends it towards the middle. Poke check by the Prospects, but Downey keeps it in. Downey dumps it down to the far corner. Zoldi will go in pursuit. Downey and Zoldi still fighting for that puck. The Prospects get it, and we're going to get a penalty. So the Prospects will be going to the box for a minute 30 for roughing. So we'll be on a power play for a minute 30, 14:30 left in the second period, still tied 2-2. We're going to have Eichfeld, Downey, Lugar, Billadu, and Steer for our power play line. So Eichfeld will take off for the face-off. The Prospects hit it around the boards. Steer picks this up, dumps it back down. Prospects are there. Lugar tries to break that up. Lugar still fighting for the puck, gets it to Steer. Steer from the point, shot, saved by the goalie. The Prospects hit it up and out, and that'll be icing. So we still have a minute 10 on our power play. We'll have a face-off to the right of the goalie. We're going to have Lugar, Billadu, Eichfeld, Downey, and Steer still out there for our power play line. Got to get the mouth guard back in. So Eichfeld with the faceoff goes over towards Billadu. Billadu dumps it back to Eichfeld. Eichfeld behind the net, tries to center it, gets deflected. Billadu tries to redirect it. The Prospects have it towards the middle, broken up by Lugar. Oh, just leaks out. Lugar will pick it up. We get back on sides. Lugar with a shot wide of the net. Billadu and Steer over along the boards. Steer dumps it to Billadu. The Prospects break that up momentarily. Billadu still fighting for the puck. Puck leaks out. Downey poke checks it momentarily, but the Prospects pick it up off of that bounce. Good job by Downey. Break that up and get it out to the far wall. Downey will pick up this puck, has some speed through the neutral zone. Downey around the Prospects player. Downey with a shot saved by the goalie. Downey picks it up behind the net, gets it back to Eichfeld. Unfortunately, that puck leaks out into the neutral zone. The Prospects have this puck. Steer back on D. Steer, good job breaking up that play. The Prospects hit it over towards the boards. And we're going to get a cross-checking penalty. So Steer will be going to the box for a minute 30 for cross-checking. There's still 12 seconds left on the Prospects penalty, a minute 30 for our penalty. So we'll be 4-on-4 for 12 seconds. There's 13:11 left in the second period, tied 2-2. We have Nam, Giesman, Williams, and can't see. I think that's wide line. So the puck leaks up towards the point. Wide line, breaking up that play, gets it out towards Giesman in the neutral zone. Giesman poke checks us up, and then we're going to get an interference call. So the prospects will be going to the box for a minute 30 for interference. So we have a minute 18 on our penalty, a minute 30 on that penalty, so we'll be back to 4-on-4. We're going to have Williams, Knob, Moore, and Giesman. We'll have a face-off to the left of the goalie, 12:59 left in the second period. Still tied 2-2. Giesman with the face-off. Goes back towards Knob. Oh, the puck leaks out. Williams back on D. 2-on-1. Shot. Saved or hit over the net. Couldn't tell. It was a hard shot there. The puck leaks up towards the wall. Shot saved by Williams off of his shin guards. Giesman gets this puck. Nice stop shot, just wide of the net. Brooks comes in, hits that towards Moore before he gets taken into the wall. Moore and Giesman fighting for this puck along the boards. Still fighting for the puck. The prospects have it under their skates. So the prospects come up with it, hit it up along the boards. Knob will collect, sends it over to Wilson. Unfortunately, we weren't quite back on sides yet. So we have 25 seconds left in our penalty, 38 seconds left on the prospects penalty, 12:06 left in the second period. So we're still at 4-on-4 hockey. Wide line, Baker, Williams, and Wilson. So Baker with the face-off goes into our offensive zone, wide line in pursuit. The prospects hit this up. Baker gets it towards the middle before the prospects pick it up. Wide line putting some pressure along that puck before the prospects dump it down. Williams will pick this up behind the net, sends it hard up along the boards. The prospects do keep it in and dump it down. Williams picks this up, sends it up, bounces off of the prospects. Williams does get it into the neutral zone. Williams over towards wide line, and I think that was Downey that was coming on. Baker tries to break up that play, gets it over towards Steer to Downey. Downey with a shot. Nice save by that goalie. Wide line hits this puck up. We're back to full strength for both teams. Downey sends it up. We're going to get a penalty. So the prospects will be going back to the box for another minute 30 for tripping. So 11:14 left in the second period. Still tied 2-2. We have Wenzel, Steer, Eichfeld, Bildu, and Downey for our power play line. So Eichfeld with the face-off goes down towards the corner. Puck leaks around. Steer is there to keep it in and sends it back down. Steer behind the net. Bildu picks this up, gets it to Eichfeld. Eichfeld with a shot wide of the net. The puck leaks over. The prospects get this out into the neutral zone. Good hit by Steer, but unfortunately we're going to get a call for that. So Steer will be going to the box for a minute 30. So I think they're calling that he lifted his arm on that, if I can tell from what the refs are saying. So I think they're calling it lift his arm for an elbow. So minute 8 on the prospects penalty, a minute 30 on our penalty. 10:51 left in the second period, still tied 2-2. We have Williams, Downey, I think that's Eichfeld, and Billadu. Williams sends that hard, but the prospects keep it in. Downey in pursuit of this puck. Downey trying to get to the puck. No icing. Puck bounces off of Billadu to stay in. Billadu trying to get to that puck, and the puck bounces into our bench. So we're going to have a face-off. Down to the left of the goalie. So there's still 50 seconds left on the prospects penalty, a minute 12 on ours, so we're still at 4-4 hockey. 10:33 left in the second period, still tied 2-2. We have Conrad, Giesman, Downey, and Williams. Downey sends it over to Williams. Williams down to Conrad. Conrad takes it behind the net. Wraparound shot saved by the goalie. Prospects hit it up along the boards. The prospects through the neutral zone. Good poke check by Williams. Downey breaking up that play and covered by Merrill. So there's still 26 seconds on the prospects penalty, 48 seconds on our penalty, 10:09 left in the second period. Face off to the left of Merrill. Sheehan, Knob, Wenzel, and Wilson. So Sheehan with the face off.
There you go. There you go. Easton, stop pointing.
So I believe they're sending a player to the box because the prospects coach was continuing to yell at the ref after that play. So the prospects coach was still yelling at the ref, so they sent one of their players to the box. So we will be a 4-on-3. So there's 23 seconds on the first prospect penalty, a minute 30 on the second prospects penalty, 45 seconds on our penalty. Hopefully everybody's not playing any drinking game with the amount of penalties for this game because there have been a lot. So the puck goes down, no icing. So Wilson will pick up this puck. Wilson sends it hard up towards Billadu, but it gets broken up by the prospects. The prospects have it into the neutral zone. The prospects with a shot, saved by Merrill over to the wall. Prospects send it back towards the middle. Knob will pick this up. Knob gets it up towards Eichfeld. The prospects hit it along the boards. Knob sends it back up towards Eichfeld, who tips it in. Cross ice pass by the prospects. And that'll be icing. So 9:21 left in the second period. We're now 5-on-4 power play for the Mustangs for 45 seconds more. Still tied 2-2. We have Giesman, Baker, Wenzel, Williams, and Downey. So prospects pick up this puck, hit it around the boards. Williams at the point keeps it in. Williams sends it towards the middle shot, deflected, just wide of the net. Downey down towards Giesman. Giesman and Wenzel fighting for that puck. The puck does leak out. Downey will collect the puck. Changes directions, but prospects are right there. Downey does pick up the puck. Downey has some speed, brings it through the neutral zone. Downey brings it into our offensive zone around that player. Downey with a shot. That was a good save by the goalie. Steer will pick up this puck in the neutral zone, sends it cross ice to Downey. Downey up towards Wenzel. Wenzel will pick this up towards the corner. He gets hung up along the boards. Giesman and Wenzel still fighting for this puck. Puck leaks up to Downey. Downey with a shot deflected wide of the net. Baker over along the boards, trying to get to this puck. The puck leaks over to the far wall. Downey dumps it down gently so the Mustangs can get back on sides. Wenzel dumps it down before the prospects hit it around and out of the zone. Steer sends it back towards Baker. Baker up towards Wideline, who tips it in. The goalie will play this over to the near wall. Prospects have it through the neutral zone. Good poke check by Conrad. Wideline sends it up along the boards into our offensive zone. Sheehan in pursuit of this puck. Good job by Sheehan to try and break up that play, but the prospects do get it out into the neutral zone and send it cross ice. Steer will pick this up before it gets to the crease. Conrad trying to get to this puck, but the prospects send it back down. Sheehan and Steer fighting for this puck. Conrad picks it up. Conrad into the offensive zone, passes it towards the middle. Wide line to Sheehan. Sheehan tries to get a shot up, but it's broken up. Wilson back in the neutral zone will regroup over towards Steer, but it bounces off of the ref's feet. Steer behind the net. Steer has some speed into the neutral zone. Steer around that player, brings it into the offensive zone. Steer with a shot wide over the net. Wide line at the blue line, keeps it in. Wide line back towards Steer along the far boards. Oh, they tried to do a drop pass, but a little bit too much on it. The prospects bounced off them, but unfortunately just offsides. So we have 6:40 left in the second period, still tied 2-2. First time in a while we've been at full strength for both teams. We have Baker, Bilodeau, Williams, Eichfeld, and I think that's Knob. All of our defensemen look similar, so it's hard for me to sometimes tell, especially in the black jerseys. It's a little bit harder. So Williams dumps it in, but we're offsides. So we're going to have a face-off to the left of Merrill. Williams and Knob back on defense. Eichfeld, Bilodeau, and Baker on offense. Eichfeld with the face-off goes towards Williams. Williams hits it hard around behind the net, and it does leak out into the neutral zone. Prospects send it up along the boards. Knob picks this up, but we're offsides. So 6:16 left in the second period. Downey, Lugar, Zoldi, Steer, and Wilson. So Wilson sends that puck up behind the net. Downey over along the boards along with Lugar. Still fighting for the puck along the board. Sends it towards the middle. Poke check by the goalie. Steer keeps it in with a shot deflected up. Glove down by the prospects. Hit back down by Downey. Lugar centers it, but it gets deflected out. The prospects dump it down after they gain the red line. The Mustangs fighting to get this puck out, and we do. Zoldi through the neutral zone. Downey has some room. Shot. That was a good save. That was goalie. Zoldi, just wide of the net. Lugar picks it up. Lugar's getting held. So we're going to get a penalty against the prospects for holding. 5:29 left in the second period. So prospects will be going back to the box again. So we have Baker, Giesman, wide line, Knob, and Williams out for our power play line. Williams keeps it in, sends it down. Baker tries to get the rebound wide of the net. Baker will go over. Baker's still fighting for this puck. Prospects hit it up. Williams dumps it back down. The Prospects pick this up. Hit by Baker. Williams with the, or sorry, not Williams with the puck. The Giesman with the puck. Bouncing puck, and that'll be icing.
Pressure on. Wait till the pressure on. Go, stay.
So we still have 1:06 on our power play. 5:04 left in the second period. Still tied 2-2. So it looks like we're going to have Wenzel, Billadu, Eichfeld, Steer, and Downey out for the Mustangs. So Eichfeld with that puck shot, saved by the goalie. So we'll repeat that face-off. Still 1:02 on our power play. Prospects get this out into the neutral zone. Downey will go back to collect it, sends it to Steer. Steer around to Downey. Downey around that one player and into the neutral zone. Downey has some speed, dumps it down towards the corner. Prospects pick it up behind the net. Steer is at the blue line to keep it in. Steer with a shot. Oh, I don't think that goalie saw that coming. Steer deflected over to Downey. Downey, got picked off by the Prospects. Good try there, but got picked off. Steer and Billadu fighting to get to that puck. We do get it to Wenzel in the middle. Eichfeld gets hung up momentarily. Billadu will pick this up in the neutral zone, brings it into the offensive zone. Billadu with a shot, deflected over the net. Wenzel back to Downey. Downey back to Wenzel. Wenzel to Eichfeld. Nice passing there. Eichfeld to Downey. Downey with a shot, just over the net. Eichfeld back to Billadu. Billadu over to Wenzel. Great job by the Mustangs with some passing. Pass from Billadu over to Wenzel and the goal. So we had some great passes by all the Mustangs to set that up. Good teamwork there. Great job. So that'll put the Mustangs up 3-2. 3:53 left in the second period. We're going to have Moore, Giesman, Wilson, Knob, and I think that's Zoldy. So Giesman with the face-off. The Prospects pick this up. Poke checked out to the side by Wilson. Knob will go back to collect. Dumps it around. The Prospects are there. Dump it back down, but Knob keeps it along the boards. Moore and Knob fighting for this puck. Knob still trying to fight to get to that puck and gets it out into the neutral zone. Giesman has some speed. Giesman with a shot saved by the goalie. Moore with the rebound. Shot saved by the goalie. Good try there. So 3:27 left in the second period. The Mustangs are ahead 3-2. Giesman, Moore, Zoldy, Williams, and Steer. Faceoff goes back to Williams. Williams with a shot, but it's blocked off of the Prospects. Williams sends it back up to Moore. We do get it back into our offensive zone. Zoldy putting some pressure before the Prospects get out. Williams is there. Unfortunately, we're offsides. So 3:13 left in the second period. I don't know about you guys, but these periods seem to be taking forever. So we have Conrad, wide line, Sheehan, Williams, and Steer. So Williams with the puck hits it hard off the boards. D-to-D pass by the Prospects. Prospects D-to-D pass again. Centering or cross-ice pass broken up by Sheehan. The Prospects try to get up, broken up by Sheehan again. The Prospects do get it, cross-ice pass. Williams fighting for that puck along the boards. Centering pass, saved by Merrill, uncovered. So 2:46 left in the second period. Mustangs are still ahead 3-2. We have Brooks, Knob, Lugar, Downey, and Zoldi. So Downey with the faceoff goes over towards Knob. Knob hits it hard around the boards. So the Mustangs bring this up along the boards. Lugar gets it out before he gets hit into the boards. I think they might be calling that offsides. So Downey with the face-off. Prospects come away with it momentarily before Lugar picks it up, but the Prospects do keep it in. Knob gives it up to Lugar. Prospects will pick this up, dump it down. Merrill will have to shed it to his left. Brooks will pick this up, dumps it behind the net towards Knob. Knob tries to poke check it up, but the Prospects keep it in. Brooks goes off of the ref's feet. Knob up to, Prospects towards the middle. Gets picked up by Brooks. Brooks through the neutral zone, has some speed. Brooks down towards the corner. Brooks still fighting for the puck. Zoldi and Downey. Downey comes up with it. Downey serving, dumps it towards Brooks. Brooks towards the middle, gets broken up by the Prospects. Downey trying to keep it in, but the Prospects do get it out into the neutral zone. So we do get it up before the Prospects get it in the neutral zone. Poke check by Knob. Prospects still have some food. Shot saved by Merrill. Lugar gets it up, but the Prospects keep it in. Zoldi tries to break up that play, gets it to Lugar. Lugar dumps it down. So Downey putting pressure along this puck. Cross ice pass. Wilson will pick this up. Wilson sends it up towards Sheehan. Sheehan comes up with this puck, gets it to Conrad. Sheehan and Conrad get it out.
Let's go.
The puck gets dumped behind the net. Williams will pick it up in the corner. Williams and Conrad fighting for this puck in the corner. Prospects with a shot wide of the net. Prospects keep this in, dump it down. Conrad comes in to break up that play. Shot saved by Merrill. I think that's Conrad that picks up that puck and sends it up and out. Prospects have the puck, but Sheehan putting some good pressure, breaks up that play. Unfortunately, he's going to get a cross-checking call. So good job picking up that play, but then the hit after a cross-checking. So 35 seconds left in the second period. The Mustangs are ahead 3-2. So we'll be on a penalty kill for the rest of this period. So we're going to have Billadu, Eichfeld, Knob, and Steer. So the puck leaks out into the neutral zone. Prospects dump it down. Steer gloves it. Gets it up and out to Billadu. Billadu has some room. Billadu is all by himself. Billadu with the shot. Oh, tried to go 5-hole, but the goalie got it. Good look there because the 5-hole was open. Prospects, cross-ice pass there, broken up. We do get it up, but the Prospects are there. The Prospects with a shot saved by Merrill out to the corner. 6 seconds left. Eichfeld gets his puck up towards Billadu. Billadu overthrows the ball, and that'll be the end of the second period. So good attempt there at the end. End of the second period. The Mustangs are ahead 3-2. We still have 55 seconds left on our penalty. Thank you everybody for watching. Again, this is the first game of the CCM Motown tournament near Detroit. This is our first game. We have another game tonight at 9:05 p.m. against the Chicago Jets. And then another game tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. against the Flint Firebirds. After that, we'll decide the top 8 teams out of 20 will go to the quarterfinals and then semifinals and then the championship game. Again, it's 2 points for a win, 1 point for a tie, and 0 points for a loss. We have 20 teams just in our division, so it's a huge tournament. The 16U Mustangs are also here, and the 12U Mustangs are here as well. So thank you everybody for watching us from work. I guess it is still Friday. Hopefully people have off work too. I know I'm a little bit rusty from having off a couple weekends, from not having games, and I had to work last weekend. But we're back into hockey. I'm excited to be here. So Merrill's going to our net on the left. We have Baker, Giesman, Wilson, and Brooks out for the Mustangs. Again, we're still on a 4-on-5 penalty kill for 55 seconds. If you're wondering what all that noise is, the next team behind us is warming up with the biscuits. So Giesman with this puck over towards the wall. Baker centers it, but the prospects pick this up. The puck leaks out into the neutral zone. Prospects with a shot wide of the net. Baker tries to put some pressure before the prospects send it around the boards. Prospects up to the blue line, surveying to the dot. Prospects with a shot. So I don't know what that was. Maybe a crease violation? Yeah, maybe like a crease violation, I think. So we're going to have a face-off outside. 22 seconds left on our penalty. Giesman, Moore, Williams, and Knob. So Giesman with that puck, but he gets taken down. The prospects have this. Cross-ice pass, broken up by Williams. Still in front of the net and covered by Merrill. So 7 seconds left on our penalty. Face off to the right of Merrill. 14-11 left in the third period. The Mustangs are ahead 3-2. We're going to have Williams, Moore, Wenzel, and Knob. And a face off to the right of Merrill. So the face off goes back to the corner. Knob hits it hard around the boards. The prospects have it at the point. Dump it down. Centering pass broken up by Knob. Knob hits it hard, up and out. Wide line's out of the box, or wide line's on for the penalty, but unfortunately we're offside. So 13:53 left in the third period. We're back to full strength. We'll have a center ice face-off. Moore, wide line. Sorry. Conrad, wide line. Sheehan, Steer, and Brooks. So the puck leaks back to Steer. Steer surveying, sends it up, but bounces off of the prospects. Tipped, so no icing. Prospects center. Wide line's right there. Oh! So the prospects try to center it to get it cleared. Wide line was right there with a shot, but a little bit over the net and into the netting. Good try there. So wide line will take the face off. Goes over towards Conrad. Conrad takes it behind the net, centers it over towards wide line, shot covered by the goalie. So we'll have another face off to the right of the goalie. Wide line with the face-off goes to the corner. The prospects hit it behind the net. The prospects have this along the boards, broken up momentarily by Sheehan before the prospects get into the neutral zone. Steer and Brooks back on D. Wide line broke up that play momentarily. The prospects up at the point, shot wide of the net, bounces back to the other side of the net. Steer will pick this up, sends it up to Conrad. Conrad up, but the prospects keep it in. Wide line and Conrad trying to get this puck out, and it does. Prospects send it cross ice in the neutral zone, and before they dump it down, Steer will pick this up. Steer passes it to Brooks. Brooks up to Sheehan. Sheehan through the middle, broken up by the prospects. The prospects have this puck. Brooks putting some pressure, breaks up that play, and we're going to get that delayed penalty. So I think that was wide line going to the box. So it looks like the prospects player is going to the box too. So maybe they'll be offsetting penalties. Okay, so it looks like wide lines to the box, prospects players to the box. So maybe offsetting penalties. Now wide line's coming out of the box. And Sheehan's going into the box. Okay, so Sheehan's in the box, the prospects players in the box. So it looks like we're offsetting penalties. So we'll still be 5-on-5. 12:33 left in the third period. Mustangs are still winning 3-2. So Downey with the face-off. Zoldy in to try to break up that play. Wide line, sorry, my names are getting all mixed up in my tongue today. So offsides, we're gonna get a face-off. We have Zoldy, Lugar, Downey, Wilson, and Knob. So face-off goes over towards Wilson. Wilson will pick this up, sends it up along the glass, but it'll go out of play. So Williams and Steer come on for D. We still have Lugar, Zoldy, and Downey out for offense. We'll face off to the left of Merrill. So Downey with the face-off, the prospects come away with it. Prospects backhanded shot, deflected wide of the net. Prospects send it up along the boards, in towards the middle. Williams putting some pressure along that puck. Downey will pick it up behind the net. Downey sends it hard up. The prospects jump. Oh, I thought that was out, but they're calling it on. Centering pass. Williams picks this up through the neutral zone. Williams dumps it down. Saved by the goalie. Downey along the boards. Downey goes down. The prospects send it towards the middle. Cross-ice pass. Pressure by Williams. Zoldy with some good back checking there. Good job by Zoldy to back check and break up that play. Good poke check by Downey. Deflected by Williams. Steer will pick this up behind the net. Sends it up hard along the boards. Lugar and Downey putting some pressure along the puck. The prospects hit the puck hard along the boards as the Mustangs are going on a change. That puck stays in there. Bildu will bring it into our offensive zone. Bildu sends it over towards Downey. Unfortunately, couldn't get that shot off. Prospects are there. Eichfeld breaks up that play momentarily. And I think we're going to get a penalty. So Sheehan and the other prospects player are out of the box. Downey's going into the box. So we'll be a 4-on-5 penalty kill for 1:30. Not sure if anybody at home's keeping track of these penalties, but it's been a lot on both teams. So we have Eichfeld, Biladu, Wilson, and Brooks. So the prospects have it. Shot saved by Merrill. So Eichfeld to take the face-off again. 10:51 left in the third period. 1:24 left on our penalty. The puck goes down to the corner. Brooks sends it up towards Eichfeld. Eichfeld around that player. broken up by the prospects. The prospects bring in, shot wide of the net. Prospects pick this up along the boards. Wilson gets it up and out. No icing because it was tipped. The goalie will have to play this. The goalie's far out of the crease. The prospects get it out, but the Mustangs get it back in. The prospects cross ice. Steer is over there. Gets it towards Billadou. Billadou tries to get in, but it's broken up by the prospects. Eichfeld does get it into Billadou. Billadou tries to get it, but is poke checked by the prospects. Prospects hit it hard around the boards. Billadou tries to get to it, but it leaks back. Bounces off the side of the net. Knob will pick this up. Ooh, gets caught up in his skates momentarily. Gets it over to Steer. So I'm not sure what just happened there. I don't know if anybody really knows what just happened there. Okay, we're going to have a face-off down here. We still have 31 seconds left in our penalty. Geisman, Steer, Moore, and Knob. So Steer tries to break up that play. Knob will pick this up, hits it off the boards, but it goes off of the prospect skates. Knob over to Geisman. Geisman through the neutral zone. Geisman brings it into our offensive zone before it gets picked off. Moore goes, keeps it in off of his skate. Geisman with a shot saved by the goalie.
Where's that clapper at? All right, they work forward, guys.
So we still have 13 seconds left on our penalty. 9:40 left in the third period. Mustangs are still winning 3-2. We have Geisman, Moore, Steer, and Knob still out there on a face-off to the right of the goalie. Geisman over towards Steer. Steer dumps it behind the glass, but it goes into the netting and out of the rink. So Geisman will repeat the face-off. Goes over towards the middle. The prospects come away with it. Prospects through the neutral zone. They have a little bit of speed. 2 seconds left on our penalty. Prospects with a shot deflected. They have somebody over there. Save and out. So the prospects had an open man on the side of the net there. Thankfully, Merrill noticed that and was ready. So we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. 9:23 left in the third period. We have Geisman, Wenzel. Wenzel with that puck hits it up, but the prospects keep it in. Prospects dump it down. Williams and Brooks on D, and Moore's out there as well. Moore will pick up this puck. Moore along the boards, broken up by the prospects. Geisman and Williams fighting for this puck. Still hung up over along the boards. Williams comes up with the puck behind the net. Williams up towards Geisman. The prospects will pick this up. Moore breaks up that play, brings it into our offensive zone. Moore with a shot deflected off of the prospects. The prospects will send it up along the near boards. The prospects cross ice pass. Couldn't connect. Knob sends it up to Wenzel. Wenzel up to Geisman. Geisman dumps it down. Prospects pick this up behind the net as the Mustangs went in a change. Prospects tried to do a cross ice pass. Good job by Wideline to break up that play. Gets it to Conrad. Conrad back to Steer. Steer cross ice pass to Conrad. Conrad fighting to get to this puck. Gets past that player. Conrad does get to the puck. Conrad and Wideline fighting for that puck. Gets to Sheehan, but the prospects come away with it. Prospects up into the neutral zone. Steer picks this up. Steer dumps it down, but we'll be offsides. So 7:59 left in the third period. The Mustangs are still ahead 3-2. We're going to have a face-off down here. I'm assuming they call that intentional offsides. Downey, Wilson, I think that's Zoldy, Brooks, and Lugar. So Wilson hits it along the boards. The prospects come up with it. Shot saved by Merrill off the blocker. Zoldy tries to get to this puck. The Prospects come away with it. Prospects shot wide over in front of the net. Prospects try to get it in, but the Mustangs block it. Brooks will pick this up behind the net. Brooks sends it up before he gets hit into the boards. The Prospects dump it back down. Brooks fighting to get to this puck and does. Brooks along the wall. Prospects dump it back down. Zoldi is there. Prospects pick this up. Wilson sends it cross ice. Deflected off of Downey, so no icing. Prospects have the puck, but Downey putting some good pressure. Prospects hit it up. Knob. Oh, unfortunately, he tried to keep that on sides, but it bounced off of his stick. So 7:08 left in the third period. Mustangs are still ahead 3-2. Baker, Bilodeau, Eichfeld, Knob, and Steer. So refs want everyone to get out of the faceoff circle. Eichfeld with the faceoff goes into our offensive zone. The Prospects send it D to D, but they do get it out of the zone. High sticking. So we're going to have a face-off to the right of the goalie after that high sticking. Going to keep Baker, Bilodeau, Eichfeld, Knob, and Steer out there. So Eichfeld with the face-off. Centers it over towards Bilodeau. Tried to get the shot off, but deflected out. The Prospects have it in the neutral zone. Knob putting some good pressure along that puck. Bilodeau gets this puck, but the Prospects come away with it. The Prospects with the shot deflected. Ooh, centering. Knob gets it out to the other side. Eichfeld and Knob fighting for this puck along the boards. Eichfeld comes up with the puck, hits it up towards Bilodeau. And that'll be icing. So 6:29 left in the third period. Score is still 3-2 in favor of the Mustangs. We have Wenzel, Geisman, Moore, Williams, and Brooks. So Geisman with the face-off. Gets it over towards Brooks. Brooks has some room, dumps it down after he gains the red line. Moore will go over to the corner to try to collect the puck. Moore still fighting for the puck. Wenzel sends it back down. The Prospects come away with it. Moore tries to break up this play and does. Moore and Wenzel fighting for this puck along the boards. Still fighting for the puck along the boards. The Prospects hit it behind the net. Geisman will go over and dump it back down. Moore and Geisman putting pressure along the puck. Geisman trying to get it centered and does. Over to Wenzel, who's open. Shot. Oh, good save by the goalie. So nice pass, good shot, good save.
You gotta wipe it off a little bit.
So we'll face off to the right of the goalie. 5:40 left in the third period. Wide line, Sheehan, Steer, Knob, and Conrad. So wide line will take the face-off, goes over towards Conrad. Conrad's still fighting for the puck. The Prospects hit it around the near boards. Sheehan breaks up that play. We're going to get a tripping penalty against the Prospects. So the Mustangs will go on a power play again. 5:29 left in the third period. So we have a minute 30 power play. So Downey, Bilodeau, Eichfeld, Steer, and Lugar. So Eichfeld with the face-off. Billadou will go along the boards to collect it. Billadou up to Eichfeld. Eichfeld back to Billadou. Billadou back to Eichfeld. Eichfeld backhanded to Steer. Couldn't get that off. The prospects do send it out. No icing as it was tipped. Downey in pursuit of this puck. Downey will take it behind the net. Behind the net pass to Billadou. Billadou hard up off the boards, but the prospects keep it in and dump it down. Steer over along the boards. The prospects send it back down. Downey loses control of the puck. Steer picks this up. Steer tried to get it out and does. Gets it up to Eichfeld. Eichfeld has some speed, changes directions along the board. Cross and pass, but a little bit too hard. Downey at the blue line. Downey shot, saved by the goalie. So Lugar tapped the goalie's pads after the puck was covered, so he's going to go to the box for 1:30. So we still have 34 seconds on the prospects penalty, 1:30 on our penalty, 4:33 left in the third period, still winning 3-1. Wide line, Conrad, Knob, and I think that might be Brooks out there, hiding behind the prospects player. Yep, Brooks will pick up this puck, sends it up but not hard enough. Prospects with a shot wide of the net. The puck leaks out into the neutral zone, so the prospects will have to regroup. Poke checked by Conrad, but the prospects keep possession. Prospects bring it in. Prospects behind the net. Prospects dump it down, but Knob is there to collect. Gets it up towards Conrad. Conrad into the neutral zone. Conrad dumps it down. The prospects will pick this up, send it hard around, but Billadou is there to keep it in. Billadou with a shot wide of the net. Downey over along the blue line, sends it towards the middle, bounces off of a prospects player. Billadou fighting for this puck, but it leaks out. Eichfeld trying to break up that play. The prospects have possession still. Prospects bring it around. Centering pass deflected by Steer behind the net. Downey will pick up this puck. Downey through the neutral zone. Unfortunately, tried to stretch to stay on sides, but just offsides. So the prospects penalty has worn off, so we are on a penalty kill for another 27 seconds. 3:30 left in the third period. Moore, Eastman, Downey, and Steer. The puck leaks into our offensive zone. Moore putting pressure along the puck. Prospects still trying to get this puck out. Cross-ice pass. Steer will collect in the neutral zone. Sends it up but out of the rink off of the wall. So 10 seconds left on our penalty. We'll have a center ice face-off. 3:12 left in the third period. Geisman, Moore, Knob, and Brooks. So the face-off goes back to the prospects. Cross-ice pass, D to D. Cross-ice pass to the neutral zone, but picked off by Knob. Knob dumps it down. Geisman trying to get to the puck over along the corner. Moore along the boards to break up that play. Nice check by Geisman. The prospects come up with it. Prospects have some speed. Knob with some poke checking shot over the net. Wenzel will pick up this puck. Gets it towards Moore before it gets poke checked back down. Brooks picks up this puck in front of the net. Sends it hard off the board zone. Wenzel has some room laying there for Geisman to pick up, but the prospects get this. We're back to full strength. The prospects around. Poke checked. Centering pass. Blocked or saved. The puck does leak out into the neutral zone. Sheehan tries to break up that play. Gets it to wide line. Wide line. Around that one player. Wide line has some room. Backhanded shot off of the goalie, who tries to get a rebound. It gets to Sheehan. Sheehan dumps it down behind the net. Prospects send it hard around the boards. Steer is there to keep it in. Steer with a shot, deflected up. Oh, good deflection, but just off the goalie's glove. The puck leaks up. Downey tries to keep it in, but it does bounce out. The Mustangs have to regroup. Dumps it back to Sheehan. Sheehan in the neutral zone. Dumps it down. The goalie has to play this as it bounces weird. Centering pass. Oh, good job. So Conrad centered that pass. Sheehan tried to get the rebound. Couldn't get it. Downey with this puck in the neutral zone. 1:28 left.
Come on.
Downey dumps it to Steer. Steer surveying, gets it towards the middle to Billadou. Billadou up to Downey. Downey tries to get a shot off. And we're going to get a penalty against the Prospects. So back in the neutral zone, we had a roughing penalty against the Prospects. I think it was against Billadou. So we're going to be on a power play for 1:30, and there's only 1:14 left in the third period. Mustangs are still ahead 3-2. Billadou, Downey, Eichfeld, Steer, and Lugar for our power play line. Face off to the left of the goalie. Eichfeld with the face off. Centering pass, but the Prospects get this. Good pressure by Lugar. Pass in the neutral zone. Pressure by Billadou. Good job breaking up that play. Prospects send it. Billadou picks this up, gets it to Downey. 54 seconds left. Downey drops it for Eichfeld. Eichfeld with a shot deflected high. 49 seconds left. Steer with this puck. Ooh, lost an edge there. Goes back to Eichfeld. 43 seconds left. Eichfeld with his puck dumps it behind the net. Lugar will go collect this. Oh, just went a little bit past it. The Prospects hit it up and out. Downey will have to regroup. 32 seconds left. Downey with this puck. We're still on a power play. We get another tripping penalty. So Lugar with this puck. There's a delayed penalty. Merrill's going to the bench to get an extra player on. Lugar centering pass goes off to the Prospects. And that'll be the delayed penalty. So we are a 5-on-3 power play. Oh, why are they letting the clock run? Why is the clock running? Sorry, the clock was running.
19:48. Sorry.
Okay. So Mustangs are still ahead 3-2. We have a 5-on. Oh wait, I thought we were 5-on-3, but should be 5-on-3.
Yeah, too many.
There we go. Now they got the other penalty up on the board. So we have 15 seconds up on the board. Prospects have this. Brooks keeps it in the blue line. Brooks with a pass and shot by Moore, saved by the goalie. Those are two good saves by that goalie. Got to give him some props. 6.4 seconds left. So still 5-on-3. 6.4 seconds left. Geisman, Moore, Zoldi, Brooks, and Knob. Moore sends it down towards Zoldi, and that'll be the game. So the Mustangs with a big win, 3-2 against the Ohio Prospects. That'll get us 2 points for this win for the tournament. Great job by the Mustangs. 3-2 win. Thank you everybody for watching. Our next game will be at 9:05 p.m. tonight, so hopefully everybody stays up late. Thankfully it's a Friday night, so you don't have to get up for work hopefully tomorrow. And we'll be playing against the Chicago Jets. Thank you very much, and everybody have a good rest of your afternoon.